right, cool. So just the rules to this is we got a bunch of people in the audience right now. Anyone who hasn't, you've done, you have created a lot of issues within the commentary community coming like from that perspective. A lot of people have you, and they want to sort this out, I'm guessing. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's time that they get to have their little 1v1, aka maybe 2v1, 3v1, 4v1, 5v1, and yeah. So anyone who wants to come in, just raise your hand. Who's going to be the first victim for Stardust? While we wait for someone to brave enough to raise their hands, let me make sure everything's. See here. Yep, all requests for everyone. Okay, we got our first victim. Stardust, you ready?
Okay, sure.
Okay, Smaggle.
Oh boy. Hello?
Smaggle.
Hello. Yes, hi.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm going great.
Alright, so I have a personal issue with you with the Amber Heard thing, so I just want to know right off the bat, how much of the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial have you watched? Because from your tweets, it only seems like you caught the bare end of the trial and you did not watch any of the witnesses.
No, I watched the witnesses.
Were about Johnny.
I've watched a significant amount of it.
Can you define a significant amount?
I don't know. I think I've watched nearly everything of it. I haven't watched other people's commentary on it.
Have you seen... So you've already watched Johnny Depp's and you've already watched Amber Heard's and almost all of the witnesses?
Yes.
And you think that her opinion that... Do you think that Johnny Depp is right, or do you think that Amber Heard could be right?
I think, so my stance has always been from the beginning that neither Amber or Johnny are innocent. But my main thing that seemed to cause a lot of stir is that I don't feel comfortable calling a rape allegation a lie, even if she's been inconsistent before in her testimony. I don't feel like that's the right thing to do. We wouldn't do that with anybody else. I thought it was fucking cringe when people did it with Kyle Rittenhouse and they said that he was faking his crying on the stand or he was faking a panic attack on the stand. I thought it was super fucking cringe. If I thought it was cringe for Kyle Rittenhouse, I definitely think it's cringe when people do it to Amber Heard.
Well, to be fair, Kyle Rittenhouse isn't an actor. He was a normal, everyday citizen who
it doesn't matter if he's
happened
an actor.
to be... It does, because she would know how to cry, and she couldn't even do that. So
you're saying that she would know how to, and you're saying at the same time she didn't even know how to do that. So which one is it?
She knew how to cry.
You're saying she didn't do it well.
She probably was taught how to cry, but she couldn't even fucking manage that.
Okay, so which one is it? Which one was it? Is she a good actress and she cried well?
She's not a good actress.
Or she's not a good actress and she fake cried.
Shit. And she has done lots of inconsistencies all throughout the trial that leads me to believe that she's not doing this in good conscience, and I don't believe her.
Okay,
because
you still haven't defined for me okay, so you're saying that because she's an actress and she knows how to cry, that's why she was able to tell her story. But at the same time, you're saying that she's not a good actress, and I can see right through it that she was acting and she didn't do it well. When you use that type of judgment on people, we could be doing that for anybody. How come we're not looking at Johnny Depp and saying, hey, how come this guy's smirking in the trial? How come he's not showing any emotion in the trial? How come he's not doing this? There's not the same amount of microscopic
Excuse
me, I'm not fucking finished, man. Smaggle, I'm not finished. 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 I wasn't finished speaking. I wasn't finished speaking. I wasn't finished speaking. I wasn't finished speaking. You're a tiny little baby bitch.
but
you
they don't
are a
work on
failed
me,
abortion.
Stardust.
If your
They do
parents
not
ever
work
told
on
you that
me.
they loved you,
So,
they
you
lied
listen
to
here,
you.
little
If your
fucking
parents
bitch.
ever told you that they loved
you
you,
have to
they
know
lied.
that-
They were lying, and they continue to lie today because they have to.
They're not lying, though.
They
I'm
are
sorry.
lying.
They're just
Your
not
parents
lying.
lied to
Johnny
you. If they've
Depp's not
ever
lying.
told you that they loved you, they were fucking lying because you were an insufferable, tiny baby bitch. Are you gonna let me finish now?
What are you talking about now? I completely did not hear anything that you said except for the last sentence.
Yes.
So if you were trying to insult me,
I was just reminding you that your parents, if they ever said that they loved you, Smaggle, they were lying to you.
Matter. You're just
They
a
were lying to
cringy
you.
fucking whore, and I don't care.
Okay,
but
Smaggle, are you going to
now.
let me finish?
Yeah, you can speak now.
Thank you, Smaggle. So kind of you. So, I think that there is a huge inconsistency here when we keep looking at Amber Heard and we say, how come she's not acting the exact way I would expect her to act? When we know, one, victims of DV don't act in ways that make sense. They don't do things that are rational. They often have memory problems because of the trauma. And three, how come we are focusing so much on her and her emotions in the courtroom, but we have not directed the same amount of microscopic analyzing to Johnny Depp. We have not accused him of faking this. We've not gone after him for doing photo ops with fans outside the courthouse. We haven't gone after him for acting like a rock star outside the courthouse. We haven't gone after him for asking for pictures of abuse. We haven't asked for any pictures of abuse from him. The only thing we have is the cut off tip of the finger. Now, I'm not saying that he's not a victim. He is. But imagine if I were here directing the same amount of criticism that everybody is directing towards Amber and putting it his way.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's other evidence.
I'm pretty sure. Can you provide it?
There are multiple.
It doesn't matter. I don't care about phone calls. I want physical evidence of physical abuse because we've seen it from Amber and we haven't seen it from him.
Seen it? Oh, yeah, we've seen it from Amber. Yeah. So the one time she was perfectly maked up and everything, but she supposedly
maked
had
up? What does that mean? Perfectly maked up.
2 black eyes. Okay, buddy. Okay.
We have more evidence from her than we have from Depp. If we're talking about physical abuse, if we're talking about actual images of physical abuse, actual images of the aftermath of that, we have more images from her than from him. He has a massive PR team. I don't know if you realize this. His PR agent is the same person who worked for Putin. I don't know if you realize that he's had bots working in the Twitter algorithm to boost all of the pro-Depp stuff and all of the anti-Heard stuff.
Where's your evidence for that?
I can provide a whole bunch of articles for you if you'd like that.
That's not providing proof of the bots.
Yes,
That's
it
just
is.
giving me articles.
I will give you articles that talk about his PR head. I will give you articles that talk about the UK court where they also brought up his PR team. There are tons. There are tons of stuff. I'm still waiting for the pictures of physical abuse.
Yeah. You can't just make an allegation and then say, "Oh, I'm still waiting for the pictures. I'm still waiting for the pictures, but I'm not going to send you any proof."
No, I will send you proof. I will send you proof, Smaggle. Here, let me pull it up for you.
I just want to see the proof about the bots.
Yeah, sure. I have tons of stuff.
Bot
Sentinel. Here you go. Bot Sentinel, who tracks misinfo on social media, found 6,000 fake accounts tweeting pro-Depp / anti-Heard sentiment. I will send you the link to that. There's also thousands of bots hit the petition to remove Amber from Aquaman 2. There's a link about that. I will send that to you. Where do you want me to send these links to you, Smaggle?
So just send it in my DMs.
I don't want to DM you. I'm going to put it in one of the chats here.
Yeah,
you can
shut the
send
fuck
it
up.
to me, and I can put it in the main
why
chat.
can't you send it in my DMs?
I don't want to. I don't want to DM you. That's why. Here is the first link.
Your role allows
are you scared that I'm going to sexually harass you in the DMs?
Well, you did. You know, last time I saw you. Last time I saw your chat. Smaggle, you're the one who's jumping here.
I'm sorry.
Smaggle, last time you talked to me, you told me in somebody's chat that somebody was going to rape me. So yeah, I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's fucking
so
base. Salvo is gonna rape you because
Okay. Oh, okay.
I sent you Matt first the Twitter thing where it says the first link is a Twitter thing. It's bot Sentinel found 6,000 fake accounts tweeting pro Depp anti-herd sentiment. Then the second thing I sent you is like a little paragraph. Thousands of bots hit the petition to remove Amber from Aquaman 2. Then there's a link. Depp threatened her. She is begging for global humiliation. She's going to get it. I'm going to need your text from San Francisco, brother. I'm sorry to even ask, but she sucked Mollus's crooked dick and he gave her some shitty lawyers. It seems pretty vitriolic to me. Also, all I'm saying, Smaggle, I am not saying that Amber Heard is any more innocent than Depp is. All I am saying is that there is an unequal amount of criticism and microscopic analyzing of Amber Heard's testimony where there is none of Depp. Nobody is criticizing Depp for sitting in the courtroom, smirking, making jokes, laughing with his lawyers. But imagine if Amber were in there, smiling, laughing with her lawyers. Do you think it would go over well in the media? No, it wouldn't.
Stardust, not to interrupt, but I've been sent pictures of, like, I don't know, evidence of abuse of Johnny Depp. You want me to send you that?
Sure.
Or you want to put it in the chat?
Sure, send it to me.
All right, Okay. I'm gonna put one in the chat. I'm gonna send it to you as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, even you send me these pictures of abuse. Like, is there the same amount of scrutinization of those pictures as there has been of Amber?
Probably,
do we see people? I don't think so. I don't think we've seen nearly the same amount of level of scrutinization on Depp that we have seen of Amber's.
Right. Sorry,
There are not people who are posting.
Taking a second to upload.
There are not people posting edited photos of Depp like they've been putting edited photos of Amber. Are these court pictures, by the way? Are these pictures that were submitted in court?
These are pictures that have been sent to me. I don't know if they've been submitted to court or not.
Okay, we need to know if these are submitted to court. One, we need to know if they're submitted to court. Then two, I would say, I would like to see the same amount of scrutinization over social media, over Depp's images that we've seen over Amber's. And I will guarantee you 110% that we haven't seen that.
Okay, so I'm going to bring in the second person. You're cool with Smaggle staying in here, right, Stardust?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'm going to bring in Jessica Pizzle.
Okay.
She's the one who sent me the pictures. So, Jessica, are you there? Oh my gosh. I hate her technology. Jessica! Hold on.
Smaggle, just a reminder that you're a failed abortion, okay?
Okay, that's cool. And just a reminder that Dingo should have nuked your country.
Well,
okay, all right, Jessica.
Excellent. Okay, so two of those pictures were submitted to the courts, but one of them was blocked by Amber's team. Well, technically, all of them were blocked by Amber's team, but also.
So two pictures versus how many pictures from Amber?
Don't interrupt me. Thank you. Anyways, so you failed to remember that in 2016, when Amber first made this allegation, everyone hyper scrutinized Johnny. Everyone did. Everyone believed Amber. Oh my God, Johnny's an abuser. That's why he lost his jobs, because everyone believed in Amber and they hyper scrutinized him in 2016. Then in 2020, during the UK trial, a bunch of stuff started coming out about Amber and everyone started looking at Amber like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, that doesn't seem right. And everyone started hyper scrutinizing Amber. However, another thing about it is you say, oh, it's not right to say, oh, that's not how abuse victims look. That's not what, but in the court and with police, that's what they do. So what's the difference between police and court appointed people and attorneys and judges hyper scrutinizing?
That's not what they do. That is not what they do.
Story,
so
they
what?
Don't say where's your hospital record. I'm not done. So they don't say where's your hospital records. Where's proof of this abuse? They don't ask for that.
Okay. So first off, when somebody comes to a medical professional with an allegation of abuse, the medical professional is not looking at their emotional signs of trauma. They are looking at physical signs of trauma. And secondly, I would say that No, what police and medical professionals do is we don't look at Amber Heard and say she's not acting like a victim. Why isn't she crying like actual tears? Why is she overperformative with this thing? Why is she reacting a certain way to this thing? We don't do that. No, because we know that traumatic incidents result in a variety of different reactions from people, and we know that it even results in cognitive issues, and it results in PTSD, and these things affect functioning of somebody afterwards. So, one, you're wrong on that. Two, when it comes to Depp, initially maybe everybody took Amber's side, but
no, not maybe. Everyone took Amber's
excuse
side.
me, I'm not fucking finished. Okay. Secondly, everybody may have took his side at the beginning, right? But I would still say that there has been an incomparable amount of scrutiny given towards Amber Heard in this trial process than there was to Depp. Just because Depp was heavily scrutinized at the beginning doesn't make that it's right that we're all saying, looking at her numerous amounts of pictures of her physical, excuse me, I'm not fucking finished, okay? Her numerous amounts of photos of her physical abuse, and we're heavily scrutinizing it. We're looking at it and saying like, oh, that's not bad enough of a black eye. Oh, her nose isn't fucked up enough for me to believe it. She's not reacting the way that I want her to react to, how I would expect a victim to react to. So we're just going to like continue to scrutinize and make fun of her rape story, by the way, which is 100% consistent. I can tell you, I talked to an OBGYN who said that everything was consistent. And two, we are not doing that same type of thing to Depp. We're not looking at excuse me, I'm not fucking finished. We're not, I'm still fucking talking.
Interrupted yourself, Stardust. That was
okay.
the feedback from Smaggles.
Dude,
right.
just like Amber Heard's
Shut up,
lawyer.
Snaggle! Snaggle, you're a failed abortion! You're a failed abortion, okay? Your parents wanted to abort you and you didn't take. They took the abortion pill and it didn't take. I'm so sorry, Smaggle. Anyways, so back to what I was saying. Where was I, guys? I was saying that, yes, we have not given the same amount of scrutinization towards Depp whenever we've seen two pictures of him, of the physical abuse. We have not scrutinized it the same amount and zoomed in and said, oh, he's not acting like a victim of abuse. Oh, he's not acting the way that I think he should act. Oh, he's looking away. He's not crying. Oh, what, we're not doing that kind of shit. We're not looking at his physical abuse and saying, oh, it's not bad enough. It should be worse.
All right. So what multiple pictures? Because all I've seen was one picture. And that's her showing her cheek. That's it. That's the picture. That's the picture that's been submitted to the courts. What other picture do you have?
There are a variety of pictures here. I can pull them up for you.
Send them to Matt?
Yeah, I can send them to Matt.
Also Stardust, you have permission to post. I believe you have permission to post them in the chat because you have the fuckhead role.
Okay.
But also so while we wait for that, another thing is we scrutinized Johnny in 2016. Okay. And then the reason why we're not scrutinizing him now is because his story has been consistent since 2016. Okay. We're doing the interrupting thing again. Can you shut up? Thank you. Anyways, Johnny's story has been consistent. Even Amber's PR team said, oh, so what, he's been consistent. Maybe he should switch up his story since he lost the UK trial. So Amber's team even admitted his story's been consistent. The only person who hasn't been consistent and who has been shown to lie multiple times with proof and has been perjured multiple times in trial is Amber.
How do you know that she's lying?
Perjured because that was part of the court trial.
How do you know that she's lying? Do you know what it? Do you know the effects of PTSD? Do you know the memory effects of PTSD? Do you know how recalling memories works with PTSD? She had to look at her therapist's notes to get the correct dates on things.
She went on stand and was perjured 5 times. 5 times. 5 times the lawyer, Johnny Depp's lawyer, said, wait, didn't you say this happened? And she goes, well, and they're like, yeah, okay, yeah, strike that from evidence.
So
5 times. Amber's been
I
caught
will
perjuring herself
right.
and her
Do you
story.
know
So
anything
yes,
about
when someone makes a
PTSD?
rape
Do you know
allegation
anything
and
about
they are
how
shown to be multiple times lying, of course we're going to hyper scrutinize her because she's been proven to be a liar.
she's not been proven to be a liar?
times.
She's proven to be
She
inconsistent.
has.
She's been
How do you
proven
get
she's
perjured
been
5
proven to be
times if you're not
inconsistent.
proven
I
to be a
will
liar?
excuse me.
Oh
She
my-
has been proven to be
Even an inconsistent person.
Excuse me. She has been proven to be inconsistent. Do we know that she is intentionally lying? No, we don't know that. What we do know is that there are specific effects of trauma that cause somebody to recall memory, and they may not recall it correctly. They may not recall dates. Being asked to recall the specific events of a specific date, no matter how traumatic that was for you, you are not going to be 100% accurate. Thirdly, Depp himself has also been inconsistent. He has changed his story. So you claiming that he hasn't changed his story, actually, it's not completely true, because in the UK court, I believe he did admit that he was the one who cut his finger. There are plenty of other things that he's been inconsistent on. We're just not giving the same amount of scrutinization to him. Now, you can say it's because in 2016 we all took Amber's side. I don't think that's a good excuse. I think if you're going to have this type of scrutinization of somebody and their physical wounds and their story that they're telling on the stand, then you've got to have it for both sides.
Why would you? So let me put it to you this way.
Okay, finish this point, Jessica, and I'm going to bring the third person in. Just letting you know.
One last thing. So let's say someone comes out and makes a rape allegation against you. Okay, they say that you raped them. It's a visceral story. They tell a visceral story, detailed as hell. But they've also been known to lie, because when they made they made allegations against other people. Like they've been point by point, people hyperanalyze their story.
Has she made allegations to other people?
Their story, and they found out that they lied multiple times.
Has she made allegations to other people?
Just believe
Has
them
Amber made allegations to other people other than Depp?
Yes, she made an allegation to her fucking ex-girlfriend at the same time that the police came.
The ex-girlfriend came out. The ex-girlfriend came out and said that was highly inflated, and basically wrote it off. So do you have any evidence other than that she has made allegations towards somebody else?
Other than her ex-girlfriend?
Yes.
Do I need
her ex-girlfriend, by the way, said that that was highly inflated and it wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, and she was like, it's totally okay that my girlfriend also made allegations against me. Like,
do you have anything else other than Depp?
If I can
also say,
ex-girlfriend.
Her and Depp, when they filed their divorce, they filed a joint statement. And in that joint statement,
and you know what happened
they said, excuse me, I'm not fucking finished. In their joint statement, they said neither party has made false accusations for financial gain. There was never any intent of physical or emotional harm. I will send you that link if you would like that. That is the divorce statement.
I know, but do you know what followed?
What followed it?
Before that?
What followed it?
An email from Amber's lawyer telling Johnny that if you want this to be private, if you want this divorce to be private, here's what you need to do. We want the 3 penthouses. We want this. We want this. We want that. We want this. We want that. That's what happened. That's the reason why he made the statement, so that everything can be private. This shit doesn't happen. She doesn't go and accuse him of abuse. That's why he did it.
Okay.
And that evidence of the lawyer basically blackmailing Johnny is in evidence.
Okay,
So what does that say? What do you think about that?
There are a history of findings against Depp. There's been a historic restraining order that Amber filed against him. There is the loss against the Sun, which, by the way, let me explain to you. Winning a case of defamation overseas in the UK is much easier than it is in the US. And the fact is the Sun is not seen as a reliable paper. So the fact that the Sun won that case should be speaking magnitudes. He was found he was called a wife beater in the Sun, and 12 of 14 counts of domestic violence were found to have occurred.
Do you know that the judge said the reason why he sided with Amber was because a woman just after money wouldn't donate her divorce settlement to the ACLU and Children's Hospital.
There's always some like arbitrary thing that people say about the judge. Wait a minute. There is always some arbitrary thing. Somebody else was saying, oh, the reason that he lost that one was because the judge's son was friends with somebody at the Sun. It's always something. To claim that there's this corruption in a high court in the UK is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh, so, you're talking about, it's arbitrary, but you're literally saying, oh, well, you know.
I'm giving you hard proof. How many pictures? How many pictures? There are tons of pictures of abuse.
There's one picture of Amber. There's one.
There are tons, dude. We've seen them all over social media.
Yeah, but those pictures are all suspected to be fake, though, Stardust. That's the problem. Secondly, Johnny Depp has never changed his stance. If you go back and look, there's a BBC. There is not. There's a BBC article. I've already linked it in chat. Where in the testimony UK trial, he said that Amber Heard cut off his tip of the fingers. It's also on record that the judge says, and I quote, because Amber Heard, quote, donated the $7 million, he tended to lead more towards her testimony. The problem is they would not allow in evidence at the time from the ACLU and the Children's Hospital that Amber Heard, in fact, never donated any of the money for the $7 million settlement.
That claim is highly contested still.
No, it's not contested.
That she didn't donate it?
If you watch the current trial, it's been proven by the ACLU and the Children's Hospital. No, there's no allegation. They testified under oath. The lawyers for the ACLU testified under oath that Amber Heard never donated any money. The only money they ever received came directly from Johnny. That's in court records. That is testimony.
Okay, so
I saw. Hold on, Livida. I saw in an article that Elon Musk donated some money as well.
That's correct.
Amber Heard's name, 1.2 million, I believe.
Correct.
That's correct.
But the deal was the $7 million settlement that he gave her as part of the divorce settlement was supposed to be donated to charity. That was the whole reason.
Okay.
And then that was the evidence. That was the evidence that she used in the UK trial. That the judge said that, well, she would, if she did this, she lied. She lied in UK trial about the whole situation. 2, her team's in opening statements, Amber Heard's team says that she didn't even have anything to do with the article that was written, and that they have to prove. And then Amber gets on the stand, and the first thing she said was she wrote the article. Okay, as far as all this, I have no doubt in my mind that they were horrible to each other. But I will tell you right now, and I've watched this trial from beginning to when they ended a week ago this past Thursday for the break. The only evidence that has been submitted that showed Johnny being any way type of abusive is him slamming some cabinet doors. That's it.
No, I mean I would point to the text messages. I would point to I would point to again. I don't know. Have you ever typed to a significant other that you wanted to burn their body and fuck their corpse? I don't know about that. I've certainly never thought about that. As far as evidence of abuse, again, there are tons of pictures of the aftermath And there are tons of pictures of, you can look at the pictures of her with the makeup on, and her eyes are not quite level. You can look at the nose, and it's not quite like that. You can look at the busted lip. She has significantly more amount of makeup in some of these pictures. So she has provided tons of pictures, right, that we are heavily scrutinizing, whereas Johnny Depp has provided 2 pictures, and those pictures are not being heavily scrutinized at the same extent. Now, to reiterate my initial position is that I do not feel confident in calling that rape story a lie. I will continue to refuse to call that a lie until I have concrete evidence that rape story is a lie. For the rest of it, I've said from the beginning, I think they were both contributors in a very, very toxic relationship. But I refuse to call that rape story a lie until I have evidence.
Well, first of all, I am never going to tell a woman, or anybody for that matter, that they were or were not sexually assaulted. I won't do that. What I will say is this. Is the evidence that is currently in play, as far as what has been entered into evidence, both in the UK trial and what has been entered into the US trial. Okay. It proves that Amber Heard has repeatedly lied and perjured herself while on the stand. Johnny Depp, there is no evidence of him perjuring himself. So while I'm not going to say that she lied about that incident, I'm just going to say that in the situation like this, I will tend more to believe the person whose word has not been refuted or proven to be false when you have someone else who has been. That's all I'm going to say.
Look,
you also would realize that Amber's team
let's
has not turned over the metadata, and therefore
you can find the metadata in the UK court.
The expert said that any photo evidence that the jury gets, the jury is instructed to treat that as altered, because they have not turned over the proper metadata, and it showed photos taken in 1970s and 60s and 80s and 1996. So what do you have to say about that?
So again, we're analyzing the metadata of photos in Amber's case, and in a way that we have not analyzed. Johnny
turned over his proper metadata. Okay. So we don't have to analyze that.
We can look at the UK court, and all of her pictures metadata is in the UK court filing. As far as saying it's clear she's acting or lying, it's like straight up conspiratorial. It's talking about how she did a cocaine hit or a tissue pose. Why would she choose to act and fail in such obvious ways? It's literally QAnon level conspiracy. And then as far as people saying Amber being dishonest, she does have images of abuse. It's not okay to say those injuries aren't bad enough to be spousal abuse. It's not okay to say her panic attack looks fake. It's not okay to accuse her of not crying enough. It's not okay to compare her response to Johnny's to say he was more convincing. And it's not okay to say she didn't report, or she acted fine afterwards, or rape doesn't feel like that. This is all bullshit excuses. I would never say to anybody who comes forward with that type of allegation.
Okay, so it's believe all women then.
It's not believe all women.
Yes, that's exactly what you just said.
It's not. I have a wait a minute. I have a history. I have a history. I have a very specific history. Okay, fuck you. Okay, fuck you. First off, you're fat and you're ugly. You're fat and you're ugly. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Hold on. You can't just say that because you know you fucking lost and you don't have a point.
No. Shut up, abortion. Abortion, please shut up. Abortion, please shut up. Abortion. Abortion. Failed abortion. Please keep your mouth shut. I'm having a conversation with one person right now. Excuse me. It is not believe all women. I have a history. Excuse me. Okay. If I can say my point, Matt, if I can say my point, I would really appreciate it. I would really appreciate it.
Everybody shut the fuck up. Stardust.
All right.
Go ahead.
I have a specific history of not believing all women. In fact, that's one of the earliest things I did in the politics community that got me shit on super fucking hard. Prime K's Katarana drama. I was one of the first people.
Let her finish.
And shut up, Jessica, you fat whore. Okay. Secondly, please silence the fat whore. Please silence the fat whore so I can finish speaking. Please, thank you. Okay. Anyways, one of the first things that I got shit on in the politics community was the Prime K's Katarana drama, where I called out the person who basically. I said that like, basically I didn't take Katarana's side. I was like one of the few females who did not take her side. I was one of the few females who was very critical of Katarana, very critical of Dylan Burns. I posted a whole Twitter thread on how one of one of Prime's mods basically backstabbed him and said that she communicated to him stuff that she didn't communicate to him, and because she did that, this whole miscommunication happened, and then Prime got fucking eviscerated on this live stream with Dylan and Katarana in front of 1,000 people. That was one of the first times that I already got shit for not believing all women. Then the other time I got shit for not believing all women was the Anna and Destiny drama. And if you think that was easy for me, that was not easy for me. I was there telling John Zerka and Infrared to go fuck themselves, while everybody else was pissed at me because, again, I'm not taking the side of the victim. So no, don't come at me with that whole believe all women bullshit. All I'm saying is that that Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, I think they are both victims in this relationship. I think they're both contributors to a very toxic relationship. I just think that I cannot, without a shadow of a doubt, say that when she comes up there with her rape story, I cannot say that that story is fake.
Can you compare the Katarana and the Anavar situation to what's going on with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp?
It's so on different.
Bullshit.
It's
give me one uncredible rape story. Did you give me one uncredible rape story that you fought against that was proven false?
It's not about rape.
I have a question.
It is, because you're saying, Anna.
Jessica, hold on.
Not physically abused.
Well, actually, Anna did try to claim rape later, but yeah.
All right, go ahead.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Augie. Jesus.
Okay, Jessica, Stardust, I have a question for either of you. Can either of you give me evidence that men get raped?
Oh my God, Augie.
I posted it to Nick. There's two cases on Rain.
Men get raped, yes.
He was in the military and he was raped by his commanding officer, and the other one was a guy who was raped by this chick. She was a taxi driver. He got into the taxi. She held him at gunpoint and forced him to have sex with the girl in the back seat.
Damn.
Yeah, I found two. I didn't even look that very hard for it, but I found two.
Rain is a good organization to look at for.
She was prepared for that one.
Stardust, are these opinions you have that are like motivated like out of like more spite based on like how much like pushback you've gotten? Are you just like glued to your positions on this topic because like you feel like you have to at this point because you've been getting shit on by like the internet and stuff? Or
are you asking
really
me
feel
that?
strongly about the subject? Yeah, I'm asking you.
I think if I'm going to be consistent in the way that I judge whether something is true or not, I have to stay consistent with this case. And when it comes to like somebody saying, like, she may have been inconsistent in a lot of ways. I'm not denying that. I've always said, yes, she's been inconsistent. The recordings are not good. It definitely looks like both of them are contributors in a very toxic relationship and they just weren't good for each other. But
don't you think that one person made more like contributions to the toxicity than the other?
It's not really my place to be judging that per se. But what I would say, it's just not. What I would say is that I can't, if I'm being consistent in the way that I judge things, whether that's online, whether that's in person, I cannot say that is a lie. I cannot look at that and say that's a lie because she didn't act the right way or she was inconsistent in some other thing. Because we know, if you look at the way that trauma victims respond to these things, their memories are often hazy. They often react in ways that don't make sense to the average person. I
guess. I don't know. That just seems like slippery logic, right? Because you're kind of excusing like weird behavior because, oh, well, they have trauma. So if they have an inconsistency in their story, that can be excused because that's how a lot of like trauma becomes asked.
He's had inconsistencies in his story as well.
Right, but I'm saying like one person's inconsistencies are like a much bigger deal than the others, right? Wouldn't you say that? But you're saying you can't judge that.
No, I don't know. How would you say that one person's inconsistencies are much of a bigger deal than the other if they're both about the same case? You're saying that
both of them had a part in the toxicity in the relationship, right? Did they both have an equal part in that? Or was one person's part worse than the others? Was Amber Heard's part in the toxicity significantly more than Johnny's?
Honestly, that's not something that I feel like.
But why not?
Qualified to judge.
Yeah, why not?
The only thing that I feel qualified to say is that I can't call that a lie. I think it's like dishonest for me to call specific things in here a lie. And that's why why I said it in the first place. When I was watching that testimony, I was seeing in my chat people making fun of it, people saying like, oh, it's fake crying. Like, you don't really know that. Like, none of us know that.
You're right. None of us really know what Anna went through with
Well, none of us really know anything, though. Like, that's how you like gather information on situations, is you look at the evidence and you form your own conclusions, right? Like, we don't know the answer to everything.
I'm going to side with whatever the jury sides with. I'm going to side with whatever the jury sides with. I trust the jury to handle that. But as far as that story goes, my stance on this has always been the same. I don't think either party are innocent. I am not a believe all woman, Andy. I'm more of
wait, Stardust, really quick. Are you only saying that you side the jury because of the Amber Heard, like because of this case specifically?
No, in general, I side with the jury. And I think it's again like what I said.
So what about like O.J. Simpson? Would you side with the jury for O.J. Simpson?
I would have to look more into that, but generally, yeah. I would have to look more into that, but I think at the time with the O.J. Simpson case, like people were not aware of like how accurate DNA testing was. But I would again have to look into that more. As far as like as far as what I say with this, I thought it was cringe when people said that Kyle Rittenhouse was fake crying. I still think it's cringe when people say that Amber Heard is fake crying. And if we're making these judgments before we have all of the information laid out, we could have been walking away and saying that Kyle Rittenhouse was guilty. We could have been walking away and saying Derek Chauvin decided, deserved to get free. Like, these are things that could have happened if we had been this biased in it. But
Don't you think that all of these are wildly different situations with different variables?
I think they're wildly different, but I think they're wildly different, but I think that taking the same type of, if you want to call it evidence with quotation marks, and saying that for sure something is a lie, I think it still applies. I think it still applies.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if I can just reiterate my initial points from the beginning. Because just a second. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just finish, okay? Because I've been misinterpreted I've been misinterpreted many times by this community.
Can they hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Yeah, please shut up. Okay, so if I can reiterate my initial positions, because I have been misconstrued many times by this community, specifically Jessica, who says some really fucking heinous shit about me. If I can reiterate my initial statement, is that shut the fuck up, Smaggle. Failed fucking abortion. I told you, your parents, if they ever said that they loved you, they fucking lie. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Nobody wants to hear your stupid cock-sucking voice.
You sexted Nicholas D'Olio, and we all know it. Sour's gonna review all soon.
She did. I have her dirty coochie.
Can I finish
on
my thing,
computer.
guys? Really, Matt? Can we please mute these people because they keep interrupting?
Matt, don't dare. Myself. I'll be quiet. I'll be cordial.
No,
I'll be cordial.
No, he won't. No, he won't. I recognize that voice. Thank you.
All right, he's muted himself. Finish your point.
If I can reiterate my initial points, because again, I have been misconstrued heavily by this community, specifically by Jessica, you fat whore. Basically, what my initial thing that I said was, one, neither Amber Heard or Johnny Depp are innocent. 2, I don't feel comfortable calling a rape allegation a lie, even if she's lied or been inconsistent before. 3, I am not believe all woman. I am more of a don't blanket deny potential victims type of person. And 4, of course men are victims too, and Johnny Depp very obviously looks to be a victim. These are not things that I've ever been inconsistent on. All I have said from the beginning is that the rape allegation, I cannot sit here and call it a lie. I cannot sit here and look at somebody and say, that's fake.
She's right.
Wait, Stardust, earlier in the stream you were talking about like the sun, and you said that they were
everything Stardust just said. I'm sorry for interrupting, Doc, but excuse me. Everything Stardust just said there is absolutely right, and I agree with her 100%.
Shut up, Salvo! Receding hairline, Salvo, please be quiet. Your hairline is running away from your eyes, from your creepy fucking eyes.
Well, I'm agreeing with you.
I don't fucking care if you're agreeing with me. Do I need your fucking agreeing?
Well,
I've been fine on the internet with everybody in the world fucking disagreeing with me. I don't need anybody to agree with me. I will fight all my own fucking battles. You stupid tiny baby bitch.
Crazy.
Your eyes are crazy. Your eyes are crazy. Have you ever looked at your videos where you walk up to people with pictures of other people? That lady wanted to get away from you. That lady wanted to get away from you. Your eyes are so fucking scary that your hairline is running away from it. It's literally running away from your eyes because your eyes give everybody the heebie-jeebies. So shut the fuck up.
But listen to how crazy you are. Listen to how hurt you are and how fucking nuts you are and how psychotic.
I'm having fun, Salvo. I'm having fun. Salvo, please. Salvo, is that all you have to say? Oh, she's a crazy bitch. Oh, she's a crazy. She's a woman. She's crazy. Shut the fuck up, you dumb fucking idiot. You're crazier than any bitch I've ever talked to, Salvo.
Oh, nobody agrees with that, Stardust. You are nuts. I agreed with you.
You are a fucking bitch. I don't like it when men try to step in and agree with me, disagree with me. I would rather fight. Why do you think this is titled Stardust versus the World? Do you think I want anybody on my side? Do you think that I want anybody on my side? Fuck you.
Stardust, you need all the allies you can get. And
I don't need an ally. I've never needed an ally. You can
kind of like calling the pot.
You know what? Here's what. Give me a second. Matt, if I can just have a second. Matt. Just one second, Matt. Just one second. Matt.
Please. I'm gonna start moving people out.
I just want 1 second.
Let me say something else here.
I just want 1 second.
It's weird.
I gotta respond, man.
No, shut the fuck up, Stardust. You let the man of the house speak.
No, I'm not gonna let the man of the. You are not the man of the house, Maggle. You are literally the equivalent of the house cat. You are the house cat of the house.
What you said was
you are literally the goldfish in the tank that nobody cares about.
So
maybe they remember to feed you every once in a while.
And the jury says the opposite of what the fuck you're saying right now, and you're agreeing with that.
Smaggle, I'm sorry.
Some kind of inconsistency?
I don't understand what you're saying.
You're like a fucking cuck. You're like a cuck to the jury, dude.
Hey, I love the jury. I believe in the system of justice in America. I think there are some flaws in it, but the system of justice in America, for the most part, we're doing our best with it. Okay, if I can finish, I would like to say,
mute people on stage.
I would like to clarify something. The reason why I call Jessica a fat whore is because she specifically said, and I quote, she said, if it was up to Stardust, Justine Paradis would have canceled Jake Paul, Cammy would have been canceled, men all over the world would be locked up because a woman cried and gave a detailed story. She says we are setting things back years, but she is taking us back to the 50s. So, Jessica, no, you're fat. Excuse me.
She's right.
Excuse me. Let me fucking finish. Can you please, Matt?
No, excuse me. Can we hear Jessica's rebuttal for this?
Matt,
please?
can you please? I'm not finished with my. I'm not finished with my statement.
All right, let her finish. Okay.
Go
ahead.
I would say, one, Jessica, you are a fat fucking whore. I hope you never look in my direction again. Secondly, all of these things are completely inconsistent. By far, the most heat I have taken over my career so far has been when I have pushed back on Katarana and when I pushed back on Anavoir. And you're gonna say, oh, it's not the same. Anavoir did try to claim that Destiny stealthed her. So no, you're not gonna fucking do that with me, Jessica. I am not doing that. We are not playing that game. You can say whatever heinous shit you want to say, but I will be hitting back. So remember that. If you don't hit back though, then I won't hit you.
Isn't it great when two ugly bitches fight? I mean, this is hilarious.
It's great when Salvo comes in here and fights with himself. Holy shit.
I agreed with you, and that's why everybody hates you, and now everybody's making fun of you.
I don't fucking need your agreement,
You're
Salvo.
crazy. You're a crazy
Shut the
bitch.
fuck up. You're crazy. You're the one with the crazy eyes. Your hairline is falling out rapidly. You're gonna look like a 60-year-old in 2 years, dude.
All right, hold on. Let Smaggle say his point, because I let Stardust go. Now Smaggle.
I'm just saying here. You could have said something like Salvo is fighting with his receding hairline, but you had to make it unfunny, like you always do.
Come on.
You should drag in Jessica Pizzo to let her respond to Stardust because
Yep.
Okay.
That would only be fair.
Bring in ugly fat bitch number 2.
Hey, that's a hell of an
Yeah,
entrance.
ugly fat bitch number 2. Ugly fat bitch number 1, by the way, is Salvo Pancakes.
I disagree. I think I'm the best looking person in this community.
Okay.
Salvo Pancakes is like... Okay, if I can just say, Salvo
person.
Pancakes looks like a used car salesman, except less trustworthy.
Okay.
And somehow he has a girlfriend while you don't even have a boyfriend.
Jewish.
So
You can't say that.
I have a wife, not a girlfriend. I have a wife. Married.
I would not want to be alone at night with Salvo Pancakes. Good luck to
Hold
her.
on. Time out. Shut up.
You know Salvo's Jewish, right?
Okay.
Mormon. I'm Mormon. Asshole.
Yeah, you can't say that about him.
If you, that's the worst thing you've ever done is think I'm fucking Jewish. Fuck you.
Oh my god, anti-Semite Salvo Pancakes.
All right. Can I say what I want to say now?
Go, Jessica.
My tweet references the fact that you said that you... Can you hear me?
Okay, go ahead.
Hello?
Now we can.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
My tweet references the fact that you said you were on Team Johnny until Amber got on stand and cried white woman tears. So yes, I do believe you are setting us back to the 1950s where a woman can sit there and cry rape and be believed as long as her story is good enough.
Do you know what the 1950s were like for women?
I'm not done. Shut up.
Yeah,
Let that
finish.
That dirty brown bitch. Shut the fuck up. Anyways.
I never bought your raisin for this one.
With you is that you are saying, oh, her story was so visceral. That is your reasoning for switching sides. Is her story makes sense to you because God forbid, oh no, you had a little trauma in your past and you related to her. Holy shit. That's why you're setting us back to the 1950s, because the only reason why you believe in Amber is because she cried her white woman tears. I'm done. I have to go back to work. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.
All right. Bye, Jessica.
If I can respond to that, I gotta respond. Please let me respond. Oh, for the love of God, please let me respond. Please let me respond. First off, it's very clear that Jessica doesn't know what the 1950s were like for women, because a lot of women worked very hard. They didn't get paid a whole lot, and then the women who stayed at home were on barbiturates and whatever other drugs because they were so upset by their situation. But anyways, secondly, the only way that I've switched sides is I've switched from being like 100% Team Johnny from the beginning to being like, hey, I think that there's some equal, there, at least not equal, but like there's some, both people have been contributing here. Thirdly, I don't think I brought up my own trauma in this. The only person who's brought it up for points has been Jessica. And I just find that kind of disgusting. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Wait,
I thought you did when you were explaining like how you understood like how women felt or something. I don't remember. Exactly,
I may have in a live stream or something said something to the effect of like, you know.
No, I'm talking about like this stream. I thought you did.
This stream? No, I didn't.
When talking
This
to Jesse.
stream? No, I did not.
Okay.
So, all right. Does anyone have any other final points before I start dragging other people in? Because we got a lot more callers. So, anyone?
I think
he's right. I think I kind of been watching Stardust's opinion from afar, and I tend to kind of agree with everything that her kind of point was. And I understand she's a total cunt and such a dirty bitch, and she's rotten, but she's also right.
Except on this case, though, she's wrong on this.
Shut up. Abortion. Talking abortion, please.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, wait.
Here we go again.
Hold on. I'm a talking abortion now. I thought I was a failed abortion.
You are
which
a
is
failed
it, Stardust? Which is it? You can't just say I'm a talking abortion.
Look, your mom
and
tried
a
to get
abortion.
the abortion pill and it didn't take. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to her.
Wait,
I'm not sorry
Stardust,
to you.
did you make a tweet? Did you make a tweet talking about your trauma and relating it to Amber Heard?
I don't think so. I feel like that sounds. I don't know.
That's what my chat is telling me.
Okay, that sounds really fucking
I don't
cringe, and I wouldn't do that. I don't think so.
Why are you spreading fake allegations?
I mean, if there's a tweet,
If I do, I sound okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
if
Do
there's a
I sound
tweet,
like
yeah,
the
I
type
don't
of
know.
person? Augie knows me. Augie, do you think I sound like the type of person who would tweet out about my trauma in relation to Amber Heard?
That would not be a very good idea.
Exactly. It would be so fucking cringe. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Unbelievable.
I haven't seen your Twitter, so I don't know if that exists.
Generally, okay, I changed my.
Matt,
wait a
look at the
minute. Here,
chat.
let me give you some context. I changed my profile picture to a duck, and I spent like a whole afternoon quote tweeting people and honking at them. Do you think I'm the type of person that tweets about my trauma? No, my main thing is schizo posting. I think it's funny.
You're right,
so-
and also
okay.
it's.
They just
There
started-
are-
hold
I have a
on.
tweet. Stardust,
Yeah,
I have a tweet that somebody linked, that Connor linked me.
Okay, link it to me.
It's from you on May 8th, 2022. You says, I'm sorry, but as someone who's been through this and someone who'd had loved ones live through this, I can't in good conscience call reactions here and quote unquote act. That's all I'm saying. And then you posted a vid of Amber Heard at the trial.
Okay, so
also,
you know what? I will
just
own up to
to
that
piggyback-
much, but I don't think that's necessarily saying that like relating to like my specific trauma and relating to like trauma
I mean, it
dumping.
definitely sounds like it.
I don't
but
think
you
so.
said
I think
as someone who's been through this.
I think there's a difference between trauma dumping and saying
Who
that you can
cares?
relate to somebody. I don't
Well,
think
it's like you're trying.
yeah.
So you're trying to say you've alluded to it, but you haven't talked in detail about it. So that therefore, is that what you're trying to say?
no, I'm
Why
trying
does
to
that, like, well,
I'm trying to say I relate like I tried to relate it in the most like
Yeah.
distant way possible, in a way that wouldn't be
Right.
like trauma dumping and
But-
cringe, you know? And
who
like
cares?
well, look, if it's fair enough, like I'm not the one who's bringing up like Jessica's the one who brought up like my trauma or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
When I talk about when I talk about like relating to something, I think a lot of people can relate to it, and having loved ones who've been through that, you can relate to it. You wouldn't want
All right.
somebody to
That's
wait a
what
minute.
I'm
Let me
saying.
finish. Let me finish this one point. Let me
That's
finish
what I'm
this one
saying.
point real quick. You
Oh,
would not
yeah, okay.
just one sec.
And then
One quick. One
can I have
one
30
real quick.
seconds to
Real
run in
quick.
Tampa
Real
now,
quick.
so I need
Real
to go.
quick.
Yes,
Okay.
hold on.
Real quick. Okay. You would not want if your loved one to go up on a stand and cry and then have all of media say that they weren't crying the right way or they weren't reacting the right way or this or that, right? It's just not the way that we judge things. It's especially in cases like this.
Right, and you have every right to form whatever opinion you want to of a situation based on your past experiences and your personal experiences. I don't know why Jessica's using that as like a thing that she doesn't do. Doesn't everyone kind of base their opinion and state their opinion based on a lot of personal, real feelings in their real life? Right?
Well, a lot of people have been
Is that
using
her
this.
argument?
No,
That's her
yeah.
argument?
So
Is
to
that
give you credit, I'll give you credit, Salvo.
Okay.
I will give you credit in that, you know, a lot of people have been using this as like they're relating it to like crazy ex-girlfriends they've had, and you know, and it's like fair enough. Like if they're going to relate it to every crazy ex-girlfriend they've had, like fine, yeah. I just don't know that this is the case, like, that is going to be the big catalyst.
1000%.
You know, and I think I've made the case that I haven't been trauma dumping. I haven't been using my shit. If I wanted to go into detail and be visceral, I could do it. If I wanted to do that, I would do it. But I'm not doing it because I think it's fucking
1000%.
cringe.
That's bullshit.
I think it's cringe.
Hold on,
Mute, fucking Salvo. I want to read this.
Mute me?
So, amazing.
Go ahead, read the fucking tweet. Just go ahead, read the fucking tweet.
The reason why I care about the Amber Heard story is because it's incredibly personal to me. I can't imagine getting on the stand, recounting the worst moments of my life to have people accuse me of lying. Women are strong as hell. I've met women
Is that trauma dumping? Snaggle, is that trauma dumping?
Managed to walk.
Is that
medical professionals?
He doesn't feel feelings. He's autistic.
Oh my god, Snaggle. Snaggle, that's not trauma dumping. That's quite literally speaking from a medical perspective. If you want, I have 3 gynecology textbooks around me.
Alright, I'm gonna start.
Okay, if anybody can see, can I broadcast my video here? I cannot broadcast my video here. I have 3. I have
on the stand.
3. Are people looking at my camera right now? Are people looking at my camera right now? I have 3 textbooks on comprehensive gynecology. Okay, this is not anti-fact. Okay,
Stardust, you don't need to compare your education and your knowledge to Smaggle. Don't do that.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not. What I'm trying to say.
Stardust,
what I'm trying to say is that when I say from a medical perspective,
you're fighting everybody.
When I have the medical perspective, okay, I can speak from a personal feelings perspective, but I don't think I'm trauma dumping.
Like everybody else does.
I don't think I've trauma dumped a single time with this.
And if you did, it's fine.
But I haven't, and I wouldn't because it's fucking
you changed
cringe.
it from saying like you've never like brought up the trauma on like Twitter, but you changed it to trauma dumping, which I mean, I don't know.
I mean, sure, I'll give you that much. Like, I didn't remember that I had alluded to things. So I'll give you that much. But I still don't think, like, trauma dumping is not something that I do. I think it's fucking cringe. And I'm not coming here without, like, with a loss of medical knowledge. I literally talked to an OBGYN about this in detail, just to make sure, just to make sure, because I wanted to make sure, because people kept saying, oh, if you had a fat end of a bottle shoved inside you, you wouldn't be able to walk. Not true. You can walk as long as the bottle is not broken, which it was not broken. The fat end was shoved inside her, and she could still walk afterwards, even with the glass on the ground. If you've got cuts, you can still walk. It doesn't matter because you are more psychologically damaged from what just happened to you than you are physically damaged.
Clearly, and at the same time, as a person who's watching the trial from the outside, it's like, yeah, Amber Heard has looked completely crazy, but Johnny Depp also did a lot of crazy things, and why couldn't he have hit her exactly like how she was telling the story and how it happened? And then also, Amber Heard's fucking psycho bitch who took things, at a crazier level. They both are fucking crazy, clearly. And for anybody who's coming at Stardust for that opinion, and then from the opinion of being like, you guys are attacking her because she used real feelings in a real quote-unquote opinion on Twitter, Stardust. It's like,
you're being gay. You're being gay as fuck.
Okay.
Say who attacked her?
Sorry, Salvo. Look,
okay.
I have talked to medical professionals. Everything is consistent. Okay. I have the interview here that I did with somebody. I have the textbooks here with me. I'm not kidding. Okay. I have done everything to make sure that at least with the rape story, it is consistent. I can tell you that the rape story is consistent. The rest of it, yes, she has been inconsistent, but the rape story itself is 100% consistent.
You're talking about the bottle incident?
Yes, the bottle incident.
What's up, Burke?
So what type of bottle was it?
I believe it was a liquor bottle. And the fat end was, according to Jessica, the fat end was shoved in her. Now, I asked a medical professional, a doctor, if you have the fat end shoved inside you. I'm sorry, I can't hear you, my dude.
Sorry.
I'm also
Upper-
wondering
upper
like
mic.
what size it
I about
was.
to say, yeah, like she shoved the fat end of a liquor bottle up her butt, is what you're saying?
Not in her butt, in her vagina. And the way that she described it is very consistent of what something like that would feel like. The pressure, the square object against her pubic bone, the trauma afterwards, where she is retching and losing bladder control afterwards, is very consistent with trauma. It's very consistent of the aftermath of a rape. Her taking sleeping pills afterwards to go to sleep and forget about it, her being terrified that this bottle is broken inside her. Luckily it wasn't. Yeah, these are all consistent things.
Wait, the bottle was inside her for how long?
He was using it to penetrate her. I'm not sure, but it wasn't broken.
Okay.
It was fully intact. And I talked to an OBGYN. I have 3 textbooks in front of me. And it is consistent. Her story is consistent.
Yeah, a vagina like has like the ability to stretch out for a human being, so those
Okay.
things are fucking
You would
durable.
know that, right?
Thank you, Flam.
Where the fuck do you think babies come from, retard?
Called a joke.
A bunch of people at the party and stuff like that. Like, wasn't like a party thing or something like that.
I'm sorry, what?
Johnny Depp's side of the story. What's Johnny Depp's side of the story? Like, wasn't it at a party or something like that? Like,
I don't. It was like after her birthday party or something. I think. I'm not really sure. The rest of it.
Like, yo, she was with Elon Musk and we were tracing out the Falcon 1.
You've done a lot of reading into like her side of the story and a lot of research, but you know what did he say? Because it seems like, you know, it's not easy to take the fat end of a bottle up your cooter. I mean, I'm sorry for
it can. You can take it if your partner is being abusive to you, and you're afraid of them. You can take it.
I don't. It kind of. Depending on if she has a wide set with a heavy.
No,
flow,
you can take that. You can. I am guaranteeing you, from a medical perspective, you can take the fat end of a bottle in your vagina. It doesn't. It doesn't take any training. It doesn't take any training. I actually asked about that specifically, and she said to me, I asked the doctor specifically, OBGYN. She said, as long as I asked a doctor about this, yes. I just wanted to be sure that I was correct on this. But I asked an OBGYN, specifically somebody who focuses on female health and focuses who spent like 30 years on delivering babies as well. Now, let me finish, homie. You're talking. I can't even hear what you're saying, dude.
Yeah, you need to turn your gain up a little bit,
yeah,
bro.
turn your gain up, and then let me finish explaining.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's better.
Cool.
Okay.
Much better.
So,
Holy shit.
if I can explain it to you,
I don't want it to be wrong.
If I can explain it to you, I spoke to an OBGYN about this, and when you have something like that inside you, if it's completely intact, it will probably not damage you as long as you are not a virgin. If you are a virgin or if you are a child, then it will cause severe damage to you. But if it is just a bottle, even the fat end, you can take it. You will feel pressure more than anything else. It will be uncomfortable pressure, but you will be able to take it. There may be abrasions, but it's not going to be anything serious.
My question is, like, Amber Heard's testimony was kind of lacking. And on top of that, I mean, it kind of did come out that she's done some wild and crazy stuff.
The rest of it, I don't deny. I don't think I've never denied that she's been inconsistent. It's just that.
What if that was just like a party trick that she regretted?
A party trick that she regretted.
Party trick. Yo, hold on. I'm gonna shove a bottle.
Hold my wine glass, guys. I am going to shove this whole bottle inside me.
Yeah, and then she was super embarrassed about it the next day, throwing up. I mean, that could be like trauma that you did when you were really. She could have been high or drunk. I mean, they did a lot of drugs.
I don't think I've ever seen a girl do that sort of thing.
A lot of speculation.
Really? Yeah.
Sirs and Zers, I have a comment / proposition.
I have no idea what the fuck you're saying.
Wait, what did you just say, Edwin?
Thank you, Greg. Bye, Greg. That was your only chance.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Edwin.
Yeah. So, okay, we agree that a bottle would really injure a vagina.
If
probably
it were
an
broken,
asshole too, right?
If it were,
especially if a child.
Okay, wait a minute.
So,
Wait.
probably-
Edwin, no, you missed everything. Edwin missed
Get out of here,
everything. Edwin. Okay, from speaking to a doctor, a bottle, as long as it is intact, would not be injuring you going inside your vagina.
But if it was a child, it would.
Unless you were 1, a child, or 2, a virgin,
Yes.
which we both know she was neither one of those things.
Right. So I'm saying, how can you believe the Michael Jackson accusers if they said they were raped anally? That doesn't make any fucking sense. They had no fucking pain or anything.
I actually don't have a strong opinion on that one, Edwin. You may have changed my mind on that one.
Accusers recanted later.
Yeah, you may have changed my mind on that one,
She's
Edwin.
on her way to redemption, guys. She's on her way to redemption. All right. We'll go easy on that one.
Hey, even if Michael Jackson did it, the songs still slap, all right?
Oh, hey, the songs do still slap.
Exactly.
R. Kelly's song. R. Kelly was probably somebody I was the most upset about.
No. Gary Glitter definitely raped kids.
Oh, yeah, no, R. Kelly definitely raped kids. By the way, the same doctor, Dr. Hughes, the one who is testifying on behalf of Amber, was also somebody who testified on behalf of the victims of R. Kelly. But that being said, that aside, R. Kelly had some beautiful music. He had a beautiful voice, and I cannot tell you how heartbroken I was when, all that stuff happened.
I mean, Jeffrey Epstein was really intelligent, you know?
I mean,
I guess he probably
Space Jam was a good movie.
People's portfolios. I guess I don't know, but I don't think it was worth it.
Something else I want to say. People like to call Stardust unfunny, but you gotta admit this has been a pretty funny shit show going on tonight, huh? I mean, let's just reflect on how
I came right at its Stardust stabbing Salvo to death 47 times. That was really.
What am I gonna do? Lie to him? What am I gonna do? Lie to him? Literally?
No. I'm congratulating you.
Snaggle unironically brought out the most epically savage Stardust it could be. You know?
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, all this fat horse, fucking.
Look, I try to maintain a certain. Look, guys, here's the thing. When you study media theory, the way that women are perceived in the media is significantly different from the way that men are perceived. So while it's acceptable for most guys to be talking that way to each other and stuff like that, when I do that kind of stuff, people are like, you're a female. You shouldn't be doing that. You should be nicer. So I generally try to be nicer to people. That's it.
Well, I mean, I know you're
pro-abortion.
I was saying that you were
you should definitely be polite and definitely stop swearing. That's for sure.
Unless you want to bottle up your Busjeskin.
Okay. Oh, Edwin.
What? Hey, we're joking with the boys.
Oh yeah, it's true.
Does anyone have any points against Stardust? Because this is like Stardust versus.
I had a few questions. I've been listening for a bit.
Okay.
I don't know. It sounded like an inconsistency to me, but I'm going to be the first one to tell you I haven't really watched that much of this trial to begin with.
I've watched every minute of it.
I know.
A single second of it.
Yeah.
All
so
I know is that
previously-
she shit the bed.
Dude, if she shit the bed, she shit the bed, man.
Yeah, that's all I know. That's all I know.
Go ahead, Nick.
So previously we had discussed that the inconsistencies of Amber Heard could be related to PTSD and stuff like that. Kind of giving a reason as to why her story wasn't straight in court, right? Am I misrepresenting your point at all?
Yeah, and the same thing could be said about Johnny Depp, if that's where you're going.
My biggest issue is I feel like we're giving an unreasonable amount of charity to Amber Heard when we're talking about the previous girlfriend of Amber Heard. So when that whole situation with the cops getting called, the girl's now saying oh, that was totally played up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, where's her opportunity to have PTSD? I mean, there's plenty of abuse victims who would turn around and go, oh no, there was no abuse here.
Yeah,
and
course.
Then re-enter toxic relationships.
You're right about that, and that very well that could be the case where she's just trying to protect Heard, but that's the information that I have. The information that I have is that her ex-girlfriend said it was played up or whatever, and what I do know is that while Johnny Depp also very likely was a victim of abuse and very likely could also be having inconsistencies because of that, I just don't think it's fair for us to be pointing out every inconsistency Heard has and not be also looking at the inconsistencies that Depp has had as well.
I think that's fair, but I think when we dismiss because you kind of just dismissed it before when it brought up, that's not a good example, give me another one. I see that as more of an inconsistency on your part, in terms of charitability that you're willing to assign. Maybe that's because you're on the defensive footing.
Yeah,
here,
I think it's probably more because of that. I if we're talking and if it were you and me talking and we were just chilling, I would probably be a little bit more charitable, but just you have to understand that I was dealing with Jessica, who's a fat fucking whore who should keep my fucking name out of her mouth.
Mean Stardust. I really like Mean Stardust.
So yeah, and I was also dealing with Smaggle, literally failed abortion. So
yeah, I really like
I
Mean
need him.
Stardust.
I needed to be extra mean to them. I'm sorry about that.
yeah, let's control that.
I guess the only other thing I wanted to bring up is I feel like with your whole like logical consistency here, it's possible that you could more or less side with the wrong side almost entirely by accident. So, I mean, the way you're talking about how like she was emotional on the stand and stuff like that, and at least like her story should be considered and stuff, giving her a bit more credibility based on that spoken testimony. In a case where the jury finds her guilty, let's say for a hypothetical that she was sexually assaulted with a bottle and was beaten and all these other things that are being alleged, are you comfortable saying that like, well, the jury said it?
Yeah,
so
no, I
true.
said from the beginning, whatever the jury decides, I'm going with the jury. I think the jury will know best here. They're the ones who are like supposed to be judging this case. They were selected for a reason. I'm always going to side with the jury. And I've never sided more with Amber than I have with Johnny. The only reason I've been focusing on Amber so much is because of the amount of vitriol that's been focused on her in social media. So
I guess I just don't really like that take because I feel like, I don't know, I want to come to my own conclusion, but when obviously I'm not like a fucking lawyer and I don't know all the intricacies of law, and I'm not a fucking detective, I'm not a police officer.
I am.
But, like,
you can ask me the legal questions.
It really does go back to the O.J. Simpson case of like, I feel like they got it wrong, and I feel like there's a lot of negatives that happened to a group of people.
One of the biggest things that they got wrong with the O.J. Simpson case, I believe, is like what somebody was explaining was that back then DNA testing was still relatively new, so they didn't realize how like hard that evidence
Inaccurate.
was. No.
Yeah, several of the jurors who wrote books later on had stated that their unfamiliarity with DNA testing and like not really kind of trusting that kind of led to some of their doubt on the verdict.
I don't know, like
also the prosecution was like a fucking blunder from the start.
Yeah. Again, I think things can go wrong in the courtrooms and not necessarily like the jury's decision is the reality of the situation. So I think it's like, I don't know. I don't like if the jury decides it, that's what I'm going to take. Because, I mean, it's not like the courts are perfect.
Yeah,
the courts aren't. Okay, so here's the thing.
Fuck
The courts
jury.
aren't perfect. You're right about that. But if you're talking about the criminal justice system and where we see like law is not equal for everybody, generally majority of the bias comes if we're talking about like, let's say like the amount of times that black people are charged versus white people. Majority of the difference happens before they even enter the court.
That's even worse.
Well, wait a minute. It happens before they even enter the court. What happens is, one, the officer citation is where you'll see a lot of bias, and then secondly, the mandatory minimums is also choosing a charge that has a mandatory minimum on it is much more likely for a black person than for a white person. So those are the two places where you see the majority of the criminal justice system's bias. As soon as it gets to the court, you're going to see less bias there.
Wait, statistically, aren't like black people?
They get harsher sentences.
Are they convicted more? Like, do they in similar crimes?
So yes, they get harsher sentences for similar crimes. Okay, there are going to be people here who disagree with me, but they get harsher sentences for similar crimes, and that happens to do with the charges that have a mandatory minimum to them.
Okay.
Some people don't know the struggle.
Some people don't know the struggle. Some people don't know the struggle.
Oh my god, Stardust. We're bad influence to you. Holy shit.
All right, Smaggle said he had another point to make. Go ahead, Smaggle.
Oh my god, I fucking hate him.
No. I'm just eating some cheese pizza, not that kind, but...
All right, buddy.
I don't believe you.
Good start. Good start.
All right, so basically...
Why would
Do
you
we
even
have
admit
to listen to
Why
him?
is
Do
someone
we
getting in the
have
bathroom?
to?
Yeah,
The
you
dude's
do, because
missing
I actually
part of his
wasn't
jaw.
done with my point. I don't
I can
care.
barely
So I'm
understand him.
I'm sending a tweet in your DMs. It's not a dick pic because I wouldn't even give
I
you
don't
that.
want to. I don't want you to DM me. Leave me the fuck alone.
Your fucking point.
No. Oh no.
Alright, so basically there was a tweet that you sent on May 6th, I believe. It should be right here. wait, it's May 7th. I'm sorry. You said you guys have to understand what it looks like to anyone who has been through something this humiliating. To see someone share allegedly the worst moments of their life, the most embarrassing animalistic
You've
moments,
already
and
said.
have
You've already
everyone
said this,
call them a
dude.
liar. Hold on. Kitten said, someone else said, what it looks like to a domestic abuse survivor is disgusting. To have trash like Amber Heard and her lies represent survivors is sickening to me. She is an abuser. And then you said not all the domestic abuse survivors think this, Lowell. You are not a monolith, and neither am I. So you are most definitely trauma dumping.
I don't think that's
And
trauma
guess
dumping.
what?
I think that's replying to somebody.
Your fucking argument is
That's
as
not trauma
consistent
dumping.
as what fucking Amber Heard said. So I'm gonna keep eating my pizza, and you can do whatever the fuck you do
Snaggle,
with
the failed
TurboTax.
abortion speaks again. All right. So that was not inconsistent at all. That was not trauma dumping at all. It was replying to somebody who trauma dumped to me, basically.
Did he just try to expose you for working for TurboTax? Is that what he said?
I have no idea, dude. The dude
Mike,
speaks a different
Mike,
language.
you there? Mike,
Hello?
are you there? Yeah, you want to make a point? Go ahead.
Stardust, how much of the trial have you actually seen?
I think I've seen like 90% of it. So.
Okay.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Have you seen the entire testimony of... Well, hold on. Have you seen the entire testimony from Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
Yes.
No.
So then how did you only believe there was one picture from Johnny Depp when there was like 4 or 5?
I thought it was like 2.
No. Also, you said that it was proven that he did cut off his own finger because he
Not
said
proven.
it. The biggest thing...
It was not proven. So in the UK,
Well, he said
in the
best
UK
thing-
court trial, he said it. Yeah.
In the UK court trial, they found evidence of him saying that to his own doctor, where he said that he was going to cut off his right finger, so he remembers to never cut off his finger again. But that was a joke because the finger that was cut off was his left finger.
Let me pull it up here for you. Just a second. Where is that thing I have?
There's also audio of him directly telling Amber Heard
Depp's
that
finger.
when you cut off my finger.
No one is covering Depp's admission on the stand that he cut off his own finger. Let's see here.
Oh, Mike, your Mexican parents, you can hear them.
Yeah, Mike, I think.
Here you go. I will post
Hey,
it.
fuck the people on Discord.
I will send it to Matt again. There's like a recording or whatever. I'm talking about Australia the day that I chopped my finger off or something like that. So, and then it was also mentioned the UK trial as well. So, is he away from his mic? Is he from like across the room? Oh, sorry.
She risked her dog's lives by taking them to Australia legally.
The girl that wasn't groomed by Cammy put something in the chat that I think was pretty important. I guess maybe going race was the wrong way with it. I feel like though, if your take about like conviction and stuff like that, and like trusting the jury is like logically consistent, then you'd have to be okay with like the Casey Anthony acquittal, because like the jury decided that Casey Anthony was acquitted.
I'd have to think about that one. Honestly, for the most part, in most cases, I would say that I go with like what the jury says. It seems like what the jury is doing here seems all right, but I mean, I guess I can't really know. But like in most cases, I would probably side with the jury. There are obviously going to be fringe cases where I don't.
Well, that's ironic, Nick, because you said you listened to somebody that wasn't groomed. Why? Because the jury said so, the internet jury?
I got that wrong. Okay. That's just another person named Lizard. I totally just ruined that.
Oh, no.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's the second time he's been mistaken as...
God, it's a guy. I misgendered him. Fuck.
Yeah.
You misgendered a non-grooming victim?
Aiden literally blocked him because they thought... So.
He's a good guy.
So,
are we done here, guys?
All right, hello.
Well, I got more people to pull in. If are you? How much longer do you got, Stardust?
I have a little bit longer. I'm just losing.
Okay, I'm just gonna go down the list, and I'm just gonna start pulling people in. See where it goes. That cool?
I'm just losing a little energy. That's all. So.
That's fine.
Well, we need to bring Jessica back.
Please don't.
All right, lethality, go.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So I actually had a question for you, Stardust.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, give me money pulled up again. Okay, here we go. You mentioned you spoke to the doctor, right? About
a doctor, yeah.
About like the bottle
an OBGYN. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, an OBGYN. I don't know the technical term. Sorry about that. But if you
Specialized
spoke
in
to
vagina.
you spoke to a doctor, yeah, you spoke to a doctor. Do you think that like maybe Heard could have?
Or if you're gonna bring up the stolen story.
No, I'm not trying to bring up the
okay.
stolen story. No, sorry about that. No, but do you believe that Heard?
Yeah, no, sorry, you're fucking up. All right, come on in, Creed. Go, Creed.
Fine. Okay, hello. Hey, Stardust, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Is this open topic? I just want to make sure.
Yeah, you can talk about whatever you want.
Stardust versus the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My entire argument is, why do you consistently act like you love chaos and love the drama of coming in here talking shit to everyone and making a spurg out of yourself? What is like your reason for doing so?
Because I enjoy it.
That seems like a cope. It seems like you're trying to change people's minds throughout this entire conversation, trying to show people like different. Like,
I don't really care
if you show evidence on your side.
No, if I cared about changing people's minds, I would have been nicer to Salvo, wouldn't I?
That is a good point, but still, like,
I was fair, like Salvo isn't like a person. Salvo's kind of subhuman, but
yeah,
he sounded like a person right there for the first time.
But he was probably the nicest person.
He looked like Sean Anders turned sex offender.
Look, he was probably the nicest person in the call to me, and I still was really shitty.
Did you say Salvo's a sex offender?
He looks like one.
Sean Anders turned sex offender.
Listen, we don't know he's not. Okay. The girl had a really convincing story. Just being a dick.
Well, actually, he might have committed a weird revenge porn yesterday with those pictures he released.
Can we not talk about that? I mean, I didn't even watch the stream.
Cool,
all I heard, I heard that there were like Photoshop pictures and stuff, but like, I would rather not talk about
Well, we don't know
that.
if they're Photoshop, but we don't want to talk about it.
You're denying the evidence right now?
I haven't seen it.
In front of the accused?
I actually did not watch his stream, so I have not seen anything, but I'm probably not going to watch his stream, so yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, it just seems
I'm
weird.
just gonna
how
remind
you
everybody
come in
that
here-
Salvo never lies. Okay.
My God.
You come into the streams and come into this community very consistently. Acting,
victim has spoken.
Always trying to start shit, always riling people up.
I think it's
you try to do that for
fun.
views.
No, not for views. I already get views. I do it for fun. Like, what's the point of doing any of this if it's not for fun, right?
So you're more into
the
internet blood
argument's
sports
kinda
than
lazy.
actual like conversations.
I'm sorry. What was this? What'd you
You're
say?
into internet blood sports than actually having a conversation with people.
I'm into both.
You find them okay? That's fine.
Yeah.
And also, can I just say one thing before I leave?
No. Okay.
No, bye.
You should have just said it with arms wide open.
Yeah. So since I was the one trauma dumping, literally just bringing up the fact that as a domestic violence survivor, and it's not something I go on and talk about and cry and cope and maul and spurg about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm allowed to
Oh,
say.
shit.
I'm allowed to fucking say that I think it's fucking abhorrent that Amber Heard was made a domestic abuse advocate. Fuck that shit. If
Okay.
you, if you co-sign that shit, that's bullshit because literally she is an abuser and she should not be an advocate for anything.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So
All right,
what
as
I
a
can
domestic abuse deliverer,
oh my God.
As a victimizer.
Okay, I think that I think I see where you're coming from, but the fact that you're able to say what you've been through online is probably telling that you are in a place where you feel like at least safer than you used to be, right? And the fact is,
because
a lot
I
of
don't have
people,
to live, I don't have to ever worry about him anymore.
yeah. So a lot of people who don't act the way that we anticipate them to are people who are still living in fear. So I don't think that that's really a good argument. We can say that she's inconsistent. We can say that she's inconsistent.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying, and to what you're saying here, is I understand there are people who are absolutely horrified. It takes them years to be able to leave, and even more years to be able to find some semblance of being normal.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The fact that she wants to get out in public while all of this is going on, everybody deals with shit different. I accept that.
Well, she didn't want to.
But the fact
he was the one who brought the lawsuit.
No, I'm talking about her being an advocate.
Okay. I mean, look, I can't.
And I
really...
don't think if she is an abuser, I didn't deck you, I hit you. I'm sorry.
I mean, I thought that was pretty shitty too.
It's
I thought it was pretty shitty too. But that's still
my whole point and my whole argument with it is, and let me fucking speak.
Sorry.
Is the fact that they made her they put her on this fucking pedestal because everybody did believe her, and I think that's actually a fucking case point. They made her a domestic violence advocate, and it's like, regardless if the relationship was equally toxic, equally abusive, neither one of them should be an advocate for it because they both contributed.
I kind of disagree with that, actually.
How?
Well, I think if anything, like. So first off, I want to preface this, like, I as far as like the whole trauma dumping thing earlier, I have no problem with like other people doing that. It's not really something that I'm like super into.
It's not trauma dumping though. It's just
it wasn't really. Yeah,
where
I know.
am at.
I know. Smaggle was kind of going with that one, but anyways, so. As far as that goes, I think that there is some utility in having somebody who has been an equal contributor in a domestic violence relationship who realizes what they've done is wrong, to be an advocate against domestic violence. I think that there is some utility in that. I think that we need to see people who have been contributors in those types of relationships getting better and doing better.
But they have to be fully transparent about what they
Exactly.
they contributed.
Sure.
And
Right
that's
there.
the issue.
Sure.
Both should be glued.
Yeah, sure. I think I can't really say how transparent she has been, because it's like such a messy trial right now. But well, yeah, we've seen a lot of inconsistencies.
Cut off.
Nice one, Augie.
I think they should have a threesome with Tipster.
Oh,
Okay. So I don't think we disagree on much, Kitten. I think we can both we generally agree on things. I can't in good conscience say that like that story was fake. I just can't. I can't say that she was lying or that she was acting when she was on the stand. It's just not something I can do because people react in ways that don't make sense.
People do react in ways that don't make sense, but I guess the best way to put it is if you live through it, you fucking know. And there are some things that
you don't, though, because there are plenty of DV. We know that each DV survivor is not a monolith. We know that each DV survivor is not a monolith for what DV looks like, right? We know that each DV survivor is not a monolith for what DV victims react with, right?
It goes to court, you kind of lose your chance when you like lie about so many things. When you put your dog's lives in danger,
think you do.
She took them to Australia. They were gonna get euthanized. She risked that. She knew that could have happened.
I don't think that just because she's been inconsistent or irresponsible in other aspects of her life, that means that I can deny a story, a rape story.
Exactly. But sometimes when like you got to take an L. If that really happened to her, I think she has to take an L because you already fucked up in so many ways that you could have killed two fucking dogs.
The initial L was getting raped.
Dogs. You promised to donate money, millions of dollars, and guess what, bitch? You lied.
Edwin.
Go off.
Edwin.
No, he's right.
No,
he's right.
I know. I'm sorry, Edwin. Yeah, Edwin.
He's right.
The initial L that she took was getting raped in the first place. The second L.
Yo, ratio plus L.
Yeah.
Rape plus ratio.
Rape plus L.
I hope that bitch to Twitter.
Rapio? What?
Did I just get rape shamed?
Maybe.
Okay, Edwin.
Maybe. I just can't. I mean, look, I can't I can't look at that story and say like, oh, she's acting. It's just not. It makes no sense. It seems cruel. It seems almost performatively cruel. So.
You ever been in a relationship with a narcissist?
I don't know about a narcissist, no.
Okay, I have, and I promise you, they're real good at trying to act, and that's the type of shit.
I'm a narcissist.
That's why. Shut up, Audrey.
Look, Kitten, I'm not denying your experience. I think your experience is very valid, and the things that you bring to the table are very
I'm not
valid.
saying that you are,
but
stop trying
I
to pacify me. What I'm saying is, from the perspective of a lot of survivors, male, female, whatever gender, it doesn't fucking matter, is her behavior. And it's not so much the inconsistencies, it's like the whole, I don't get I want to be an advocate. Like that to me is a narcissistic thing.
I think that a lot of people find
I think it was self-serving.
I think a lot of people find their strength in different ways. Just because people like find they're still ashamed of what happened doesn't mean that they can't try to find strength in other ways. And I also think that, once again, a single DV survivor's experience is not a monolith for what everybody else's experiences have been. And I think that a single DV survivor's way of reacting to their abuse is also not a monolith of how everybody else reacts to their abuse. We know that people react differently. We know that that people, and actually we can look at plenty of DV researchers and experts in the field who would say that Amber is very consistent in what she said. But I don't think that that's the way to do this. I don't think the way that we judge somebody's innocence is we talk to different people. We talk to like different DV survivors and say like, oh, does it match up with yours? It's not really a great way to do it because every single instance is different.
Okay. Is that all right? I'm gonna take that silence for not being able to report. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Yo, what's up,
no.
everybody?
Hi, Tomato.
Augie, I'm waiting Saturday. I'll meet you at your house.
All right. Okay. All right, dude.
Who is this guy?
Listen. I'm gonna be real. I don't give a fuck about this Johnny Amber Heard shit. I'm a basketball man. I like basketball.
Yeah.
You like basketball, Stardust? Who
I
you
wish
got in the finals?
I like it, but I can't play it. So.
Ah, you see, I like my boy Luka Doncic, league MVP Luka Doncic, by the way. So let me give you a theoretical. In a 3-on-3, game of basketball, you can pick anybody.
3-on-3 sex?
From no, that's what me, you, and Connor are doing later, Augie. Come on.
Okay.
So 3-on-3 basketball game. You can pick anybody, any two people from the Amber Heard, Johnny Depp court case.
Oh my God, why?
But you have to go against Salvo, Tipster, and Smaggle. Who you picking and why?
If the allegations are true, we want Amber and we want Depp on that team, because if they've both been mutually abusive, you want them to beat the fuck out of the other team, right?
See, that's what's up. See, honestly, like, if she beat him, I don't really care. And
Tomato
if she beat
Man,
her,
you're
even better.
softballing right now, and I'm tired of it. As a victim of grooming, why do you have this weird pick?
Listen here.
my
You
God.
got groomed by Salvo. That's even worse than me.
I'm just saying, why aren't you like upset? You don't have any issues with
'Cause I
Stardust?
give a fuck.
Victim, Tomato Man is in here?
Yeah, Tomato Man's in here, and he's not even talking about it.
Dude, I had to rewind. I can't believe Stardust said your L was getting raped.
Listen, because Nick, I don't put my life in these random fucking celebrities' shits. I don't really care. It doesn't affect me,
Yeah. I mean, look, I
It's
just
two people
wanted...
that fuck children on the daily. Who cares?
Oh my God, I can't make that allegation.
Be honest, like why the fuck do you care?
Look, the only reason I cared, the only reason I cared to begin with was because I was watching it, and then I looked at my chat. My chat's like, oh,
But the fucking
crocodile
NBA
tears.
finals are on. Watch the NBA finals.
I can't watch that on
Fuck
Twitter.
getting raped, dude. Who
Tomato Man.
cares?
Fuck getting raped.
Did you-
Fuck
did you,
getting
or did you
raped.
not
That
get
thing
groomed?
sucks, dude.
Wait,
Oh
we need to know if
God.
Tomato Man is a groom victim.
Yes.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay, will you talk to Mr. Girl about this?
Can you be a
He tried.
leftist
I
but
didn't
pro-rape at
want
the
him to
same
get
time?
that video out. Anyway, but listen. My boy Luca, he's playing. You gotta watch him, Stardust, bro. He be hitting constant threes in everybody's face, bro. Like how my balls are about to hit Augie's face on Saturday.
Oh my
What?
god.
Listen.
I didn't need to know
Listen,
that.
bro. Listen, man. You just gotta watch basketball. Fuck this Johnny Depp, Amber Heard shit, bro. We don't care about that anymore. The finals are coming on, bro. Bro, the Heat 76ers game is on right now. Come on, bro.
So just to reiterate your point, Tomato, watch basketball. That's your point.
Yes, bro.
No, dude.
Great point.
Hell yeah, dude.
This is
one of the best points on this stage.
Can I just say, I really appreciated that caller.
Howdy. What I wanted to bring up was Amber Heard was diagnosed by two therapists, right? And it seemed like maliciously on the second test that she took for PTSD that she marked all yes and all correct on her scoring thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Would you not take that into account, right?
Yeah, like I've said, she's
I feel like you're more on the attack of people who just think that you're
you
only
gotta
on
let me
her
finish.
side.
You didn't want me to answer. So in response to your first thing is, yeah, I agree. I've said, I don't know how many times I've said now that she's been inconsistent. She's done some shitty things. 100%. My hill that I'm dying on, my main hill that I'm dying on, is that I can't call that story a rape, even if she's lied. Not a rape. Sorry, that is such a Freudian slip. I cannot call that story. That is such a Freudian slip. I cannot call that story a lie. I cannot call that story a lie. 100%. So
Schrodinger's rape.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I know what you're saying, and I feel like. Okay. I know what you're saying, and I feel like you just want to take her story into account and things like that. And I feel like you're always on the defense of these people who, the slightest minute of leeway that you give her, they just want to attack you, right? I feel like that's more so where you're coming from.
Yeah, so for the most part, I think I've taken a pretty neutral stance on a lot of this, except for that story. The only reason I brought it up is because I was watching it and I saw my chat reacting, and it seemed like a very performatively cruel way. So I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to say something, and then people got mad. And of course, I replied to one of Jessica's tweets, I think, that got her really upset or something. But yeah, I mean, that's really all it is. I don't know. So.
Well, I feel like it's more so the problem how you conducted yourself and things like that. And it's I don't have a problem.
How was I
with people
supposed to
getting
conduct
emotional.
myself?
Well, I feel like people came off what? All right. I felt like you were being so defensive at first about it, and obviously anyone would, because you have all these people coming at you, right?
So initially I really was neutral. The only reason I was defensive is because I had people like Jessica piling on me.
I feel like you do have a neutral stance on it. I feel like other people won't give you that much leeway on it, but I do feel like you do have a genuinely stance on it. But I just think that you should probably take more into account what Amber said and done. And also, I just want to say this, Tomato Man, I think basketball makes you gay after that fall.
I agree with your second point. The first point I kind of don't agree with. I think it's just kind of tone policing. If people are coming at me being fucking rude, I feel like I have the right. If somebody's saying that I'm using this as a way to get attention for my trauma, I think I have the right to call them fat bitches. I think at least I have that much. Yeah. If somebody's saying I'm going to get, if somebody's saying
fat bitches is my thing.
If somebody is saying nasty shit to me, I think I have at very least the right to come back at them.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it feels like you were really defensive and things like that, and that's why
I was only defensive because people like Jessica were piling on. That's it.
All right.
It is a show.
I feel like that's all I have to say. Have a nice day, though.
Thanks, you too.
That was fascinating. I love hearing two women talk for that long. It's really awesome.
I like talking to women.
yeah.
I'm generally much nicer to women, which is, I am generally pretty nice to women when it comes to fighting. Usually I will fight more nasty with men, but I don't know, Jessica really pushed my limits. So I mean, she's a fat whore, so I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Stardust, don't you think like having that huge fucking breakdown for like several hours that one morning where you just pretended to be like a doctor or nurse or whatever, don't you think
Was
that
that a
kinda,
breakdown?
like, well,
Look-
don't you think? Yeah, a lot of people viewed it as that,
Okay.
and I kind of find it hard to believe that it is like a joke. I mean, like,
You have to understand
kinda
that's not the first
retarded.
time I've done that. I'm known in my community. Everybody knows me for schizo posting. Everybody
But it
thinks it's
seems like having a
hilarious.
breakdown would like.
It seems like
it kind
you
of
know what?
undermines like
It
the
seems like a
level-headed
breakdown
like
to
persona
you.
that
It seems like a
moderator is
breakdown to
supposed like,
you.
have.
Well, I don't really care
So,
what people
I mean,
out.
you
Okay,
know.
so wait a minute. We should probably have
Amber
like
Heard's innocent. Amber Heard's like not, like lying to you. So
we should probably
guess people view
have
all
like a
of them
nice back and forth AC. So let me know when you're ready for me to respond to you.
I'm ready.
A lot of people don't know the difference between like when a streamer's performing. Like a lot of people probably thought I was serious when I was yelling earlier.
Yeah.
And that's just the thing, especially with Stardust. A lot of people take it
I've
way
had
too
issues
seriously.
with
People do
even
take
in,
me
like-
too seriously.
Listen,
They do.
My
But
biggest
like I think
problem-
now we're getting like more calm, whatever, because like earlier it was definitely very performative and stuff. Like putting on a show. Obviously, we're fucking doing on a
Yeah.
show, doing the most, guys.
Look, AC.
At least that's what it's apparent to me.
What I can say, AC, and shut the fuck up, Nick. I'm talking, you stupid idiot. So
What the fuck? Why
hold on,
just
hold on.
me? I want to talk to AC too.
Shut up,
AC, when I first talked to AC
Edwin. Shut up.
No, I want to talk to fucking AC.
Edwin,
Look,
shut
okay.
up. Can we please mute him?
Can you?
There you go.
Thank you. So look, AC. That is not the first time I do that. You could ask my chat. They will go on and on about mashing. Where I quote tweeted Demon Mom, I quote tweeted a whole bunch of like lefty Twitch people and just replied with like mashing over and over again. I just do this thing. It's just unhinged posting. Everybody thinks it's super funny. Like, what's the best way to respond to somebody who's schizo posting at you? You just quote tweet them and schizo post back. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life. You'll find videos of me like losing my shit laughing while I'm like doing these tweets and changing my profile picture and stuff like that. I just find it funny. That's all it is. I don't really care if other people think I'm having a breakdown. My community knows me. They think it's they're shit posting right now. And my community knows it, and that's what matters to me. So
we're supposed to like see that as like you're putting on an act, and you're like saying that right now.
I don't
that you're
care what
putting
you
on an
say.
act or anything. Well, I mean, if we see like what Amber Heard is doing, and we think that that's putting on an act, and now suddenly we're like, now suddenly we're wrong, and we're incapable of like.
Well, I mean,
saying
I'm
it.
not
It goes
saying
the
that
other
you're
way, I
wrong.
guess.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying that I can't make that judgment that she is lying.
Well, it seemed like a cop-out when you said, well, I'm just going to wait for whatever judgment that the court makes and sort of agree with that.
No,
and
I've
go
generally,
off.
that's always been my stance on these things. I think that the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict was correct. I think the Derek Chauvin verdict was correct. Whatever the jury comes to in this case, I hope it will be correct. But I'll side with them. My chat is shit posting right now. I really don't care what people think about me on Twitter. Twitter is for my own entertainment. And if you think that I'm schizo posting, or if you think I'm having a breakdown, so be it. That makes it all that much funnier to me. So
problem again.
Well,
so if the jury
no.
decided that Kyle Rittenhouse was guilty, would you say that verdict is correct?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That,
Like,
I
if
mean,
you're
that's an
just siding
interesting
with the
point.
jury-
That's an interesting point. Generally, like I look at like the facts surrounding the case. I guess yeah, I would probably have some issues with it, but I would try to see it from their side. I would hope that there would be some people who could kind of illuminate it for me in a legal sense. So.
By the way, AC, it's gotten cold since you joined here.
It's gotten cold.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna call Stardust like dumb bitch. I was gonna call her she's a liar. She's a skank. She's a whore. Labia plus L.
Why
plus
did
ratio,
people
plus-
did you guys learn a new vocabulary word? Labia? That's the one word you learned and you're all
Labia is
using
a
it.
funny word.
It's
though.
not that funny.
It is, like,
I was just making a dad joke because your name is AC, so like you're an air conditioner.
Oh.
You motherfucker. You were a piece of
Sorry.
shit. Fuck you, Nick DiOrio. I hope you fucking suck.
All
You
right.
better burn in
AC,
hell
you have a
for that.
shitty avatar. Please change it.
Maybe shitty
You
avatar.
just changed it. This
Yeah, I
is
did
new one.
just change it.
Oh, well, this one's
It doesn't
shittier
look
than
like
the last
something made
one.
on Tumblr like your dumb shit that you have.
My
It's
thing
like,
was made by an artist, so fuck you.
Wow, mine was too, idiot.
Was
That's what
it?
a drawing
Doesn't
is.
look like it.
Retard.
Okay. Retard. You're the one who hangs out with Smaggle.
Holy
so.
shit.
Right. Let's get
Seriously,
some.
like,
Let's get the brain trust.
How do men rape or get raped?
A lot of the times
how
it
does
can
that
be
happen?
Very
a
different
lot of the times it
questions. How
can be
do men rape
another
or get
male.
raped?
A lot of the time, male on male aggression is pretty common, but I don't know about like I'm sure female on male. Usually, from what I've seen from female on male
Like,
aggression,
if you
it's
were a
like
man,
older
you were getting
women.
raped. Couldn't you just like beat them up or something, or like run away? Like I don't know.
There's like a. I
Generally,
mean, I guess
there's like
a power and a trust dynamic.
Generally, yeah, the woman is older, probably has some sort of power over the guy. That's the thing when it comes to DV and mutual abuse. While like the contributing abuse may be the same because dudes typically are stronger. Like generally, like the repercussions of domestic violence from one side will be a little bit more harsh than the other. So.
I have a question.
Is it an
Yes,
double
Fat
L if
Whore,
a
what
man
would you
gets
like to
raped by
ask?
another man?
Did I say that you were using your trauma for attention, or did I say
you
that
said
you were tying your trauma to Amber Heard?
You said what you said specifically is that Stardust is like not getting enough attention for her trauma or some sort of thing like that, which I find very
I did not.
offensive.
I did not. I don't
okay.
think I did. I don't think
I will have.
I'm
I will
pretty
have
sure
to
what
find that.
said
I will
was
have to find that.
That I quote tweeted that tweet where you talked about your trauma and
You know what? It may
your
have been in
trauma
a
being the
super chat in
reason why
Augie's chat.
you
I think it was in a
believe
super chat in
her.
Augie's chat. I think
Do you
now I
know if
remember.
that was me?
I mean, it was
Because
a
I'm
super
pretty
chat.
sure Augie wasn't even sure if that was me.
All right. Well, if it wasn't you, then it wasn't you.
But also,
Augie, dox her. Go get her PayPal. We'll find out right now.
There we go.
I'm pretty
Nick
sure
probably has
in
it.
in Augie's chat, what happened was somebody with the name Jessica Pizzle said that
I mean, you know, I was like
Stardust,
a federal agent that was just designed to get more people onto the Fed Honeypot Cozy TV website, right?
Okay,
like,
shut up,
you know, like
Augie.
I already
This
have all of
this
y'all's
is about
information
me
anyway.
right now, Augie. It's not about you, okay?
This is
Secondly,
all so gay.
it is gay. But secondly, what I was saying was somebody in Augie's chat sent a super chat that said like Star is just jealous that her trauma isn't being seen and that's why she's doing this or something, or she's not getting enough attention for her trauma. I'm like, homie,
Okay,
like
that's
what the
facts,
fuck
though.
kind of shit is that? That's fucked up. Like unbelievable. So
Okay, so you just assumed.
I mean, other
that
people in
I
the
did
chat
it,
are saying
and-
that it was definitely Jessica. So, but I don't know.
Are they wrong?
Okay, so we're not going by evidence. We're just going by hearsay.
Yeah, in this case with online
Well, that's what
drama.
women do.
Yeah, definitely with online drama. Knowing your character, you fat fucking whore. Yeah, I'm going by that. So
Women do be
welcome
making
to the
it.
club, because there's about 700 other people that think I'm the most irritating person in the world.
One
But
of
there's
them.
about 1,000 or 2,000 people that think you are the most unfunny, most
I'm
irritating
fine with that.
person in the world.
Jessica, I
And they
revel
also
in
think
it.
you're a pedo apologist because you talked to Mr. Girl. I mean, I could go on.
Mr.
and on
Girl was the guy
about what you
defending
think about
Cammy. You really want to go there,
I
Jessica?
mean,
Mr. Girl was the one defending Cammy. You want to go there? Are you saying that Mr. Girl was wrong about Cammy?
Oh my god! Oh my!
Are you saying that Mr. Girl was wrong about Cammy?
Holy
what
shit!
does Cammy have to do with anything?
Well, he was one of the
my
few people
fucking
defending
God.
him.
Little love letter on Twitter to Mr. Girl.
Yeah,
he's
I did.
Charismatic, wonderful man. Please bring
Yeah,
him back.
I did.
miss
I
him
don't
on the
regret it.
platform.
I don't regret it. At least I didn't make a fake. At least I didn't fake trauma dump on the timeline with a TikTok video. At least I don't respond to people's arguments with TikTok videos. Are you fucking kidding me? You're fat. You're ugly. You need a wig to cover up your receding hairline because you have female pattern baldness. So I don't want to hear from you because you're ugly. You wear like the craziest shit.
One of the fattest, ugliest girls on Twitch is calling me fat
The saddest,
and ugly.
ugliest girls. Why do you think I care? Why do you think I care? I thrive in the hatred, Jessica. I was that day in that chat when you were sending those super super chats,
Augie.
that day in that
Yeah,
chat,
they're just
I was thriving in it. I
Yeah.
fucking love people mad at me. But the
I
difference
wasn't mad.
between me
I've
and you,
never been mad. I have a
Jessica, is that
question
you
for both of
can't
y'all.
handle
I've
it.
never been
You
mad at
can't
you.
handle people hating you.
Go
You lose
ahead.
your
I've
shit.
never been mad at you. I don't care about people hating me either, and I've never been mad
You
at you.
do,
So
though.
go
You
ahead.
do. You cared so much. You've cared so much.
I
the
did.
way,
I
yeah.
did. Was I coping, molding? Yeah.
You were a little bit, yeah.
have a
I remember
question
the
for both of
video
you.
review of your
Go ahead,
channel.
Augie. Shut up.
What's the question,
The man is
Augie?
talking.
All right. I have a question for both of y'all. All right,
Mhm.
why are y'all on the internet instead of raising kids at home, living traditional roles? Both of y'all answer.
So
Empty
yeah,
egg cartons.
so the way that there was never such thing.
She's gonna get a boyfriend to put his dick inside of her. That's why she's not doing
I'm
it.
sorry, what? I didn't hear what you said. I didn't hear what you said.
I have
Dude,
sex
your
all the
mic,
time,
your
but,
mic is
you
so
know-
shitty. I can't
I've heard
understand
that
what
one
you're
in this
saying.
community quite a lot.
I got a question.
I walk all the
Can
time.
anybody understand what she's saying? I literally cannot. I literally cannot
I
understand
have a
what.
question. Would
I
you
didn't
would
even get to
would you
finish
get
my
your pussy
answer.
licked by Tommy
Let
C?
me, wait,
Oh.
let me answer. Okay, so Augie asked me about traditional women, all of that at home raising kids. So in reality, in America, being in that nuclear family where the wife got to stay at home was actually a privilege. Most people didn't get to do that. So that wife who stayed at home and took care of the kids, oftentimes she would also have people who worked around the household with her. You'd have like immigrants, you'd have women who would like help with the laundry, help with taking care of the house. And so, so in reality, majority of women still worked. That was just like a nice privilege that upper class got to kind of enjoy. So that's the answer to your question, Augie.
Okay, but would you get your
Her
pussy
answer is she's
licked
just
by
single
Tommy
and
C?
it's been a-
I know, Jessica. You would say
Jesus.
yes to
I'm sorry,
Tommy C,
Jessica.
right?
I don't open my legs for every dude who walks by. Okay.
Well, I mean, when I
Dude,
only got one
total
dude
Tommy
and you got
CL.
zero, I mean, who's single? Not me.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
How long has it
Jessica
been?
Yeah,
Pickles-
I know why you're not
Why
single
did you
because you
say
open your
this?
legs to
Does it
any
mean-
dude who
does
gives
it-
you
does
any
it
amount of
does it need a little
attention.
bit of cleaning?
Any dude who gives you any
maybe
attention, you
suck in
open your
some-
legs to.
suck
In the
in those
meanwhile,
rolls.
I get
Maybe
tons of
suck in
dudes
those
giving me
rolls.
attention, and I
Suck in
don't
those
open my
rolls.
legs.
Yeah.
So what does that say about you, Jessica?
What? What?
You
I don't
heard
know.
it.
Maybe it just says that I'm not fat and ugly, and you are.
I think you are fat and ugly. You're fat and you're ugly and you're older than me. Your eggs are drying up, Jessica. Get ready. Start pumping
Okay.
those babies out.
Okay.
Your eggs are drying up as we speak. You're older than me. You got less
Hey,
time
AC,
than me.
What? Hey AC, what type of dude do you think like sleeps with Jessica Pizzle? Is that like the really white trash guy or the
Homeless.
really skinny
No,
black
I think guys that wear
Homeless.
like tuxedos, guys that like are fucking rocking Rolexes.
Okay.
You know, they drive Lamborghinis.
I thought you were. I thought you were
they
a
wear
traditional
Ray-Bans.
man, AC.
Okay.
I thought you were a traditional
Now, what
man.
type of guy fucks Stardust, AC?
Let's see. Let me think. Guys
Small,
like
weak,
Light Warp
effeminate
TV,
men.
guys
Yeah.
that are like working in
Augie, you
offices.
weigh 70 pounds. You
dudes
just
who
described
do-
yourself.
Wait a minute.
Are you retarded?
Wait, you just described yourself as the type of person who would fuck Stardust. You just like gave a perfect description.
Okay,
All right,
buddy.
I got one more
I'm
question for
talking about-
AC. AC,
Oh, and I
would you
can't say what I'm
rather be-
talking about.
AC, would you rather be 70 pounds like Augie or 450 like Diorio?
Oh my god!
Or would you rather have your hairline literally running away from your eyes?
Off or my right.
They're both equally bad. It's so
No,
bad
for different reasons.
Augie gets physically ill if he eats bread. Okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
true.
I'd rather be me.
That's
I
a
would
life that
100%
sucks.
rather be me.
I don't know.
I'm an
they're equally
Italian who
bad.
can't
It's
have
so
pasta
weird.
and pizza.
Wait. That doesn't make any sense, dude. Are you fucking retarded? You would rather not get sick than have the ability to fucking walk outside your
Yeah,
fucking house
dumbass,
and do
because I
shit
like
normally?
food. Isn't it obvious? I like food,
I like
Augie.
walking. I like being able to move around the house without
And
it
you
causing
and
like,
you can't walk if you're over the
pain.
toilet because you ate a fucking
Yo,
breadstick.
I have to get
That's
going
not how
soon,
that
Matt.
works.
Can I plug my channel?
Go for it.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm Stardust.
I would much rather get sick once in a while.
Shut the fuck up, Augie. This is my moment. Okay, this is about me. Everybody shut up here. Okay, hi guys, I'm Stardust. Usually I'm not this.
We know, bitch.
Shut the fuck up. What did I tell you? What the fuck did I tell you about talking when I'm talking? Did I give you permission to talk to me? Did I give you permission to fucking talk to me?
Permission for anything.
Okay, Matt, can we please mute these people? Please.
Amount of subs here.
All right,
Matt.
all right. Okay, go ahead, Stardust.
Okay.
Go.
All right. Guys, I'm Stardust. If you'd like to watch me argue with people and generally fight with everybody, because I don't know why I do this, come check me out. I am on YouTube. I stream every night on YouTube as well as every night on Twitch. I split my time, and please come check me out. Can I link myself in the Discord?
Yeah, your link should work.
Okay, I'm gonna link myself.
That's
chat.
cool, Stardust. What kind of
Shut
guests
up,
do you have
AC,
on
you
your...
fake wannabe
helping
Groiper.
you.
You'll never be part of
This is
America
what
First
it
because
is.
you're a
You try to
pussy
help women
who's
and
too
they start
scared.
yelling at
You're
You try to
too
do something-
scared. You're
try
too
to, like,
scared.
facilitate them.
I
You try
don't
to
need your fucking
them
help,
out.
dumb fuck.
All right.
Yes,
All
you
right.
do. You're a woman. You need
I don't
men's
need-
help as much as possible.
I don't need your help. Thank you.
No.
I don't need your help. If I'm gonna get him help
Back
from
to the
males,
dungeon.
if I'm gonna
Back
get
to the
help from
dungeon.
males, it's not gonna be your type of male, AC. Okay, I'm sorry.
Everyone, go check. If you guys want more content like this, come to the Shopping Point paid server. Get behind the paywall. You get streams. You get stuff like this. You get post shows. All kinds of stuff. Hanging out with Tommy, stuff like that. So yeah, just get behind the paywall, and yeah.
I think if it's a choice between me, Augie, and Nick, I'm like probably the healthiest of the three, honestly.
Oh yeah, dox yourself right now. Prove it, motherfucker.
Is this Salvo? This is Salvo.
Go ask Doc on the radio for the recording.
Salvo, do you-
He has the full recording of my house,
Oh,
my
it's not
home
Salvo.
address, and
It's
all
AC.
of our time together.
Matt, why do you do these streams on Discord? Why don't you just like? I mean, if you want to do it through Tommy's channel, why don't you do it through Tommy's second channel? I feel like
This
you're
is
wasting
like-
content.
I don't know. Well, we
I said the
record
same
it.
thing to him, Nick.
We record it, and we sometimes we upload it if it's decent enough. It's just kind of like more interactive on Discord, I guess.
Pitt's response to me when I said, "Oh my dude, why aren't you streaming this?" He goes, "Stardust is." Oh, okay.
I mean, you're letting
Stardust-
Doc on the radio collect your super chats. These
That's
should
fine.
be yours.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
Exactly.
Okay, guys,
don't
I
have to
actually have to get going. I have a show to run. It was super fun.
Care a little bit more.
Shut
Fuck
up!
that guy.
Shut up! Okay. Hey guys, it was super fun hanging out with you. I'm sorry for being super mean, but also I'm not sorry. Anyways,
Is this still an ad?
it is still an ad. AC,
she's so
what the
quirky.
fuck did I tell you, AC, about fucking talking to me? Did I tell you it was
I thought
okay?
you were
Did I
done.
tell you could talk to me, AC? No! Don't fucking talk to me, AC.
I
I
can
don't
do
want to
whatever
hear
I
your
want to
voice.
women.
Your voice is like a fly buzzing through my head. I don't want to hear it. It's like the fucking hell, dude. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for
Matt?
tuning in. I had fun. Thank you, Matt, for setting this up. Excellent.
Thank you, Stardust.
Yes, thank you for having me. Great one, guys. Have a good
I
one.
hope you get your labia fixed. Bye.
Learn some more vocabulary. I can send you some diagrams if you'd like. Actually, don't ask me for diagrams. Ask one of
Diagrams?
these. Ask
Gross.
Nick or Augie for a diagram. Okay.
Why are you doing so much pussy research?
I
It's
don't
kinda
want to
weird.
ask Nick to ask you for a diagram. I'm
Yeah.
staying away from that.
Augie doesn't want to look at any vaginas either, so like.
Dude, knowing the female
on.
anatomy.
I'll ask
you
Tipster.
know?
I'll get a nice drawn one, hopefully above the age of.
Aw.
All right. See you guys.
Okay.
All right, guys. We're switching over to Twitch. I'll see you there. Okay.